This is episode number 275 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Wow, that's a nice number. 275. We are 25 away. 25 weeks away.
Oh, wow.
From episode number 300, which happens this November. Very excited stuff. I know. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Sal's got jazz fingers.
I have jazz fingers for that, yes. So, yes, episode 275. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with Sarah Fate and Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
And it is a movie chat.
Yeah.
And it is Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
And I chose the movie. And I'd like to apologize in advance.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay. So the film came out this year, early this year. It was a surprise. It knocked a couple of films down. I forgot what it was, but it knocked a couple of films down. It is rated R, and it stars Keri Russell, Alden Ehrenreich. Is that how you say his name? O'Shea Jackson Jr., who I believe is that Ice Cube's son?
Yes.
Yes.
Looks exactly like him.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like him, too.
Yeah. The late...
Well, didn't he play him in the...
That's possible, yeah.
In the, yes,
Yeah.
biopic.
The late, great Ray Liotta, to which this movie was dedicated to, along with some other folks, including someone that you might recognize, Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a tight 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And it is quote unquote based on a true story. Extremely loosely based on a true story.
It seemed like the part about the drugs falling out of the plane.
Well, the bear did actually ingest 70 pounds of cocaine. And I do want to mention this before we get started, because this is the true story.
Okay,
The
let's
true
hear
story
it.
is this happened, the film, just as a film, this takes place in 1985. In the Georgia forest, a 500-pound bear ingests a boatload of cocaine and then embarks on a murderous rampage in the movie. But in 1985, there was a airplane that ran into some problems, and the drug smuggler in the airplane decided to throw it out of the airplane before the plane crashed. So he put the plane on autopilot. He had duffel bags. He put on a parachute. He threw all of the cocaine out. It landed in a national forest. He jumped out of the plane and his parachute failed, and he ended up on someone's driveway.
That guy was played by Matthew Reese, who I love in the movie. I was like, oh, good, Matthew Reese is in it. I was like, well, never mind.
That drug smuggler was Andrew Thornton. And he landed in a Knoxville driveway with approximately $50 million worth of cocaine strapped to his body.
Wow.
Now, concurrently, in the forest, a large bear was found dead in December on the Georgia-Tennessee border, and scattered around were 40 plastic bags ripped open by the bear of cocaine. The autopsy confirmed that the real bear, which was 175 pounds, died of ingesting
Wait,
the
175 pounds?
He was 175 pounds,
Just
yes.
a black bear. Or was it just a black bear?
Yep.
They're tiny.
Yep. The bear overdosed after ingesting around 2 to 4 grams of cocaine and likely died within 30 to 45 minutes.
Aww.
Did not go on a rampage. Did not try to
just
attack
sad.
people.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
I like the movie
I
version
know.
better.
I wish he did go on a little.
That bear ended up being stuffed.
With cocaine?
Ended up being stuffed and is on display. I believe it's still on display at a mall in Kentucky.
Well, that's just weird.
Yes, it is weird.
They should
So
have
anyway.
put that in the movie at the end.
So
Dedicated to Ray Liotta and Real Cocaine Bear.
Real Cocaine Bear. So Real Cocaine Bear, let's just put this out there now.
Yeah.
Real Cocaine Bear finds bag of cocaine, eats cocaine, dies almost immediately. Okay, like 30 minutes later.
Yeah, he's like the
Okay.
size of
So
a
tiny.
person.
That's how much I weigh.
Cocaine Bear is found in December by a hunter, actually, who came upon it, thought that it was alive, kind of hid behind a rock, and finally popped its head up, saw it was slumped over, realized that the bear was dead, and in all likelihood, the bear did not get very far from eating it. So that's the real story. So Elizabeth Banks gets together with the writer of Cocaine Bear, which is Jimmy Warden, and they make this horror comedy, dark comedy kind of thing. Okay. Now, I had very high expectations for this movie. I did.
You did?
I had high expectations. I did. Because a lot of people were talking about it.
Right.
A lot of people said it was great. A lot of people said it's a lot of fun. They are liars.
Oh my goodness. I liked it.
Okay. So, all right. So let's.
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
I stay neutral.
Oh, how
as
the
always.
turns
I'm
of
like,
tables.
it was good.
You liked it. I know you did.
So,
Yeah, I know I did.
yeah. Okay. So the movie is basically these two kids go into the forest. They get attacked by a bear who's high on cocaine. The bear is eating a bunch of people. At the very beginning of the movie, the bear eats. The bear gets a hiker.
Aw.
Her name is Elsa. Her fiance's name is Olaf. Ha ha ha, like Frozen.
Oh, now we know.
That's why you didn't
all
like it.
right.
No, that's not it.
Okay. It's
No.
all right
No,
there,
Disney
folks.
No, it's
slander.
not. It's not. It was
Uh-huh.
just
Sure.
okay. And the film is basically this bear terrorizing people, and you meet all these different characters, and there's a diverse group of characters in this film. Yada yada yada. Spoiler alert! At the end, the bear gets his last victim and gets away. Actually, at the end of this movie,
Yeah.
right? Bear,
Yeah.
The bear and his baby gets away.
Yeah.
The babies get away.
Yeah.
The bear was a mama bear.
Mhm.
That's a
And
cute
all
little baby.
and all of the bad people, the drug dealers, the jerks of the film, the weirdos, they all die. The nice kids and their mom.
That's not true.
live.
Sheriff.
I was gonna say the cop died. That
He was
sad.
nice.
Yeah, that's true. He's
Yeah,
nice.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson died. He was nice.
Yeah.
I guess.
The park ranger, she was
Yeah.
nice. Margot Martindale, that's a big name.
I guess. And
Yeah.
that's basically it. And the film is
Jesse Tyler Ferguson a little young for her?
yeah. Look,
That's all I kept saying is, it's a little young for you.
That's funny.
so the film is very, very gory. It's
It
it's
is,
over
yeah.
the top gory, meant to be funny.
It's not that
That's
gory.
what it is.
yeah, now by Sarah's standards.
And again, I had high expectations, but first I'd like to know what Sarah thought.
Well, I had zero expectations for this,
Okay.
which is good. But I know Elizabeth Banks, whatever her name is,
Elizabeth Banks. Yeah.
Banks, and I know, so I know it would be a little fun. I laughed. I thought it was funny. I liked it a lot, actually.
There
And
were
the
a couple
gore,
that I found
let me just say, the
moments.
gore was campy gore. Let's get this straight. It wasn't like realistic, like Hostel or Saw
Okay.
kind of gore.
Right.
It was like, give me a break. Like, it was just when the guy breaks his wrist in the ambulance. He's like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like, it was kind of like, I don't know, compared to like if a Muppet took his intestines out. That's what I would envision. It's just,
Yeah.
it wasn't really realistic, Sal.
Mhm.
It was kind of like, it was over the top on purpose, I think.
Yes. The gore didn't bother me. That wasn't the thing that bothered me. But okay, continue.
The only thing I didn't like was what's her face?
Keri Russell.
Keri Russell's storyline.
Mm.
I was like, I feel like this is like, what are we, like, escape to Witch Mountain or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, we could do without this part.
The part of her going after her kids.
Yeah, and then the ending, it was a little cheesy and didn't really fit in. Like, there was a lot going on,
Mm.
and I'm like, you didn't really need that part.
Yeah.
I mean, the little kid was funny, but just,
Yeah.
but it wasn't
Were you
necessary.
okay with the kids trying the drugs?
Yeah.
Okay with that?
Well, that's what's true. That's what kids would do. Kids would be like, you never took it. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. Show me then.
They spit most of it out.
Yeah, true. They ingested it. They didn't snort it or anything.
Right.
They
And
didn't know
I
what they
honestly
were doing.
think kids would do that.
And they get in trouble for it. I mean, she
Yeah.
yells at them for it.
Yeah. I don't think they'll ever do that again,
Yeah,
though, to be
yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
No, but I liked it. I thought it was funny. I laughed out loud a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, the ending, like I said.
Nicole, what do you think?
I heard the same stuff you did, so I did think it was going to be a little bit better,
Mhm.
but I still liked it just fine.
Okay.
I thought it was funny. Like, I wouldn't probably watch it again, but like Steve, Steve was out and I was watching it, and he was like, "Oh, you're watching it without me." So I think like if he was watching it, I'd probably like wind up like sitting down and like watching parts and stuff like that. And it was funny. I like the Margot Martindale when she was like flirting with the guy. That was funny. And the one of the ambulance drivers, a guy, he's like TikTok famous.
Oh,
Oh, is
really?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, That's the guy from TikTok.
Yeah. And when the bear fell on the other guy, that was funny.
Yeah, and he fell asleep on
Female
him.
bear.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah, he's the guy who played Han Solo in the movie Solo. Yeah.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I like their little storyline.
Yeah.
I like the cop with his dog.
I know.
I like because they didn't. I would say Keri Russell and those ones were like they took the longest. Like they kind of ran throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
But I loved all the little people that were like thrown in
right?
and stuff like that.
I don't the pop the pop art punks or whatever she called it.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. So it was, but yeah, it was campy. It was like over the top.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it crazy? I thought that was one of those pop
Pop art punks.
pumps. He looks like Dax Shepard, didn't he? Doesn't he look a little bit
I
like
thought
Dax
he looked
Shepard?
like Sam Rockwell.
And I thought,
yeah.
I was like, that's Sam Rockwell.
I thought it was Dax Shepard for a minute, but I'm like, no, but Dax Shepard isn't that skinny and young.
Yeah.
No offense to Dax Shepard, but it was so wild. I had a hard time like connecting it that it was a different actor. He even had the same accent as that. He like had the same mannerisms as like what Dax Shepard does.
I would say the bear wasn't even in it that like
It wasn't.
it wasn't in
Bear's
that much.
not in it that much.
Yeah, I'm sure it costs a lot of money to like do that. But,
I will say this: the bear CGI,
yeah.
the only CGI in this movie that was good, because some of the gore CGI, like when he falls out of the tree, that was terrible CGI. When the first guy when he falls out, that was awful CGI. There's the ambulance scene, which arguably is probably the best attack scene in it, because when the bear is like running after the ambulance.
Yeah.
But when she hits the tree and she flies out of the car, that's a terrible CGI. But the bear CGI was excellent. I will say that.
Yeah.
They put all their money in the CGI.
Well,
In
they
the
should.
bear,
Yeah.
seeing as that is a
But I feel like
bear.
that is the point. It's not. It's like campy and over the top. It's not supposed to be, like I said, realistic.
I understand that. I understand that.
What was it missing for you? What was it supposed to be?
You wanted it more realistic?
I know. I was expecting. I'll be honest. I was knowing that it was black comedy horror movie, gory movie. I was expecting it to be at the level of Shaun of the Dead, which is a brilliant black comedy horror movie, and it did not even scratch the surface of that. So everybody talking about this film, that's what I was expecting to see, something like that.
Yeah, but don't you
The
think
writing in this film was
quite different?
awful. I understand
They're
that.
quite different animals.
I understand. Ha ha ha. I understand that, but I was expecting it to be like really. I was hoping
Like
for
this
more.
completely British dry humor with an American movie about a cocaine bear.
Right. Yeah.
Like I that's not fair to compare.
I
them.
know. I'm not comparing it. It was just that was my expectation that it was going to be that
But that's
level.
your personal
of
I mean,
right.
that's
Yes.
your
Well,
taste.
this is my personal opinion.
True.
I mean, what was that film Vicious Circle that we saw? Right. We did a movie chat on that.
Oh yeah,
That
with
was
the
a
serial
gory.
killer.
That was a gory.
Serial
yes,
killer
the serial killer with the
group.
yeah. I enjoyed that.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Yes, I enjoyed that.
It was all about serial killers, and they met up annually.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Oh, I like that one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I thought
yeah.
the writing was good, the acting was
Yeah.
good, and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
I would put that film in the same genre as Cocaine Bear because it's kind of over the top crazy, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a far better film than this was. I will admit, yes, I too laughed out loud on some of these parts, but it was kind of like this film would be if I was a teenager
Yeah.
with all my buddies and we were being dropped off at the mall and we were going to see a movie at the Cineplex and then we were going to go out for burgers and fries afterwards. This is that perfect movie. It is.
Yeah.
I think the teenage Salvatore would have thought this was hilarious.
Yeah.
But for me, again, I had high expectations and they weren't met.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's a terrible movie. I'm just going to say that it wasn't what I was hoping for. And because of that.
Interesting. I had zero
I didn't
expectations.
like
I thought it sounded stupid.
Yeah.
See, I should have gone in with that
yeah,
though.
that's
I was
the
like,
better-
this is going to be
Yes.
so
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember watching the film and my wife came in and said, "Why are you watching that?" And I said, "I'm watching it for work." It's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "How is it?" I'm like, "It's silly, it's stupid." And like literally she's like, "Oh, okay." Kind of like blew it off and literally like 20 seconds later I laughed out loud at the movie. But it's just because it was a stupid movie and I didn't expect it to be, Shawshank Redemption or anything like that,
Right,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
was kind of hoping it would be a little more clever, I guess.
Mm.
You know, it
Yeah.
was very juvenile writing, and I had no idea Elizabeth Banks was the director, but I mean, kudos to her for directing, but this was a miss for me. So
Is that how you pronounce penne? When he was like in the bar.
Well, he said it weird. He
Yeah.
said penne.
Yeah,
But it's
I was
penny.
like, what?
it's, I think that was a joke.
Yeah.
I'll have the penne.
Yeah.
First of all,
I was like, oh, huh?
yeah, again, it was like so silly, you know.
Who gets penne pasta at a
Yeah.
bar?
There you are,
In the
Sarah.
end.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
Yeah, yeah.
Eating my penne pasta.
Literally had nothing on it. It looked like it had like
Yeah.
a
It's
little bit of
It
butter
looked like
on it.
how I have mine with butter and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that though. That's
that's what it
nice.
looked like. It
It's
looked
like a
like-
comfort food.
yeah.
You know? It's like comfort having the
Butter
penne on
and
it.
then a little Parmesan cheese.
Well, exactly.
Butter
That's
noodles.
a lot
That's
of
what it's like.
butter though.
Yeah.
It's got to be like it's got to be swimming in butter. Anyway, we have this film here at the library.
Sure do.
We do. Okay, Sarah, a scale of 1 to 10, what are you giving Cocaine Bear?
I don't know. I give it a 7.
Okay,
It's not bad.
very good. Nicole Rambo,
I'll say 6.5, 7.
6.5. Okay, I'll give it a 5. And that's it. And that's the way it is. That's how it crumbles. I'm looking forward to the sequel, Ibuprofen Rabbit. It's coming out soon, and it's going to be great. Anyway, that does it for this movie chat. If you want to listen to older movie chats or read our show notes, visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. You can also go to the blog.mcplpodcast.com. You know, we're on YouTube. You might be listening to us on YouTube. We're in the podcast tab now, which is pretty cool. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And also, you know, I haven't solicited this in a while. You can comment on our Podbean site, but you can also email us, podcast@mcplibrary.org. We'd love to hear from you. You know, if you have an idea for a future show, or if you'd like us to take a look at a movie that you'd like us to chat about,
Yeah, sure.
send it to us.
I think someone should request Terrifier 2, specifically for Sal.
What is
What's
Terrifier
that?
2? What is that?
Oh my God.
Is it very gory?
Oh, yeah. It's like 11, turn into 11.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, Sal, you would turn off the movie within 5 minutes.
Probably.
It's a clown.
Oh, there you go. So thank you so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.